It's really a pleasure to share with you what we do in Mobile World Capital, and more related to the context of the CB forum these days. We want to share with you the big opportunity that offers if you build disruptive solutions from technology possibilities. Something is called deep tech, and we have large experience on that. And our session today, we will share with you some examples on the big opportunity you have there. First of all, I want to share with you that this is something that is not an isolated program. It happens inside Mobile World Capital. Mobile World Capital Foundation is a vehicle and a tool that we create 8 years ago to take advantage of a big asset that was Mobile World Congress. You can imagine 8 years ago was not as mature and as sexy as it is today. But let me, perhaps it's not the best year to talk about Mobile World Congress, traditional events. But at the end, let me share with you that 8 years ago, we were very convinced that we had a big event that set Barcelona as the Mobile World Capital during 3 days of all the news of the industry. And during these 3 days happened a lot of things. And this big event not only happens in Barcelona, it all happens at the same time in Shanghai, Los Angeles. But Barcelona is several times bigger than the other cities worldwide. And there's a big opportunity to take advantage of this point of contact to generate richness in our ecosystem. And afterwards is the reason why we decided, Karina, please go ahead with the next slide. We decided with Spanish and Catalan government and several corporates, let me remark, the owner of the big event is called GSMA, the Global Operators Association, the global telcos, that helps us to bring this global coverage to all the activities that we push from Mobile World Capital Foundation. We agreed that was the right moment to join forces to help in this digital transformation, something that is really, it's not a trend, it's a reality in our life. Our world is digital. And more in this current COVID context that I'm going to go deeper in a while, okay? That in that period of time, we thought it was quite interesting to join forces to generate richness in our ecosystem and make a big vision and mission to create a legacy, taking advantage of this big event where Barcelona is sexy, it's working worldwide in the innovation ecosystem, is working connecting with other very sexy and popular cities worldwide with innovation. Our main objective was to join forces to drive the digital progress in this community, to improve people's life or quality of life. In this case, let me share with you that current context has accelerated, COVID has accelerated a new paradigm in economy, a new paradigm in industry. We are moving forward to a new society which has 3 levers: connected talent, collaboration, and innovation. These sectors that are more digitized are the sectors that are suffering less in this COVID crisis. And on the other hand, other sectors that are more digitized, they not only suffering less, they're taking advantage. And this is what we are pushing in Mobile World Capital initiatives. We are working for programs to create the conditions of this new opportunity that is the current context, to help our industry to be more competitive in a global context, that they are forced to work in a global context now. And on the other hand, to set a new industry based on knowledge, a new industry that will help our industry to be more competitive, a new industry that will help to create quality job offers, and on the other hand, richness in our society. To summarize and afterwards, I will ask, please, Karina, to go deeper in Collider. It's one of the programs that we push in Mobile World Capital Foundation. We are working in 4 different programs. First of all, one program is called Innovation. I'm the Innovation Program Director in Mobile World Capital. Our main objective there is to set advantage, to create the right conversations in this global ecosystem beyond the Congress and 4 years from now, between corporates, investors, startups, to help them to innovate, to generate relationships on this Barcelona, Shanghai, Los Angeles. And in addition to that, inside the innovation program, I manage a venture capital where Collider happens, which our main objective is to reduce the gap between the research and the market, helping industry to be more competitive, creating high disruptive and high impactful solutions, they taking advantage of deep tech. This is something that Karina will go in a while, so I will ask her afterwards to explain it better than me. Okay. The second pillar, the second program in Mobile World Capital is technology. We are creating the conditions to convert Barcelona as the right hub, innovation hub, where 5G, that is not only about connectivity in a global society is a must. It's not only, why 5G will provide agility and connectivity to our industry. So in Mobile World Capital, we are leading a European consortium, is 5G, and we are making really, really exciting pilots, creating the conditions to anticipate the service of the future of internet. For example, 2 years ago, with Hospital Clinic in this period of time, we showed to the world that thanks to 5G, one teleoperation could be enabled. We are working with the governments, helping converting ambulance into operating rooms, or some pilots regarding to industry, for zero, rural connectivity, health. So this happens in this technology program. Apart than, of course, leading an European observatory where we share the industry, the best practice, the big opportunities to be more agile using 5G. The third program is called talent. Talent, I'm sure that you're very aware that this is a challenge in our society to involve the right talent to think different and make different. In Europe, we have nearly 12,100 positions, 12,000 positions of new offers around digital positions that we do not have people there really prepared. We need this kind of people in the industry. So we are working in Alliance to reduce the gap, helping corporates in reskilling process on working together to attract, retain, and keep the right talent in the company. And the fourth and the last is one province called society. Our main objective is to be participant and convert Barcelona in the capital of humanism and ethic technology. We are in a new world where rules should be defined around how we take advantage of technology and use technology. There's some topics around privacy, about intimacy, some topics that at the end, more in the health sector, collaboration and you emerging data experience on our customers, these kind of rules should be defined, addressed. So in Mobile World Capital, we are creating the conditions to create a global think tank called Digital Future Society based in Barcelona that we will invite once a year very popular people worldwide from ministers, governments, investors, corporates to address this kind of rules, defining new regulation, new collaboration, for example, sandbox data to accelerate new concepts and new collaboration between research and the market, and other conditions to define this rule and define some topics that they mentioned in the agenda today, the future of work, the future of education. This is something that we are working today to help creating more and more things in our ecosystem. Mobile World Capital is an instrument, it's a tool. Please, we are very willingness to help every corporates, the governments, investors to take advantage of this new context to make things different and make difference. So it's a pleasure to be with you today. And please, I will kindly ask Karina, our business development manager in Collider, and who helps us to manage the right relationship in the Mobile World Capital with corporates, to go deeper in what we do Collider. Okay? Please, okay. Karina.
Okay, thank you, Oscar. Good morning, everyone. Now, entering into the program. What is the Collider? The Collider is a tech transfer program that selects the best scientific projects from universities and research centers to invest in them by creating companies. Before delving into the program, I ask, what is the reason for creating the program? What is the origin? Spain is in position 12 in the world ranking in terms of scientific production, but is in 42nd position when it comes to converting the scientific projects into companies, into business that reach the market. So what happened with the projects? Where are those projects? The projects are in the drawers of the universities. The vast majority don't get to see the light and remain standing in the universities. This is the reason why Collider was born 4 years ago, and today we have created more than 14 companies. We have a portfolio as Mobile World Capital, as the Collider, of more than 30 companies, and 14 are the result of the Collider program. The tech transfer of science to the market is one of the critical points of the innovative process. The lack of capital due to the high risk of failure and the little coordination between university and the company are some of the main problems that affect this process, the technology transfer process. So now we can see here what is Collider. Collider is, again, an initiative created by the Mobile World Capital to solve this great challenge and turn the best scientific projects into very powerful companies with very disruptive technologies. We are the bridge between science and industry. We connect talent and attract talent, international talent, and we connecting startups with the Mobile World Capital ecosystems. Okay, here we have an overview of the program. And to explain how do we do it. How do we do it? We create multidisciplinary teams with scientists and entrepreneurs with international experience, and investing to create deep tech companies. We are going to see now here in this slide an overview of the stage of the program. The program starts with a challenge definition session. Is the number one challenge definition. First of all, we sit down with corporations close to us, and together we define the most important challenge in each sector. We are talking about 5 verticals. One of them, the first, is digital health. Is the one of the most important vertical that we have. 50% of the technologies that we receive are from health. The second is energy, third industry, mobility, and digital food. Digital food will be implemented in the next edition that will start at the end of the year, on December, as a vertical that covers from farm to fork, health prevention, biogenetics, climate change, last mile, cold chain, etc. Many tips that will be of great value for corporations. So in this stage, we select the main challenge that will be the basis of the call for technologies that takes of which we dedicate about 2 months of time, is the second. We received more than 300 projects, and after an accurate selection, we have the 15 finalist projects that will be part of the edition. Okay, the third, number 3, opportunity validation. In this stage, we're together with corporations, we decide which technologies will go to the next level of the program. When projects carry out a first level of validation of the technology, checking whether it does what it says it does, or can even be extended to other sectors. It's a first level of verification. Talent scouting stage is the fourth level of the program. In this stage, we select the best entrepreneurs with an international profile and experience. A CEO and COO who will be form one team together with one scientist. With the scientists. We usually receive requests from more than 30 countries. Thus, we will have teams of 3, 1 scientist and 2 entrepreneurs who will be in charge of taking the project to a new status where the technology and business model are validated. The use cases are defined and at least 2 pilots are sought with the corporation. Emphasize that we are looking for an entrepreneur's profiles with a great international experience in the creation of companies as well as an experience in raising capital. Business validation is the 5th stage of the program. This period lasts for 3 months, and it's where the teams validate the technologies, define the use cases, and prepare to carry out the pilots, which is the way that we recognize as the best way to reach the market in an efficient way. A spin-off as the number 6 stage of the program. After the business validation, we have an investment committee of which corporations are also part, and that decides which projects have passed all validation and in which Mobile World Capital will invest to turn them into a new startups. And last, the readiness to scale. Once the company are created, the Collider accompanies them to the market and in the first investment rounds. Okay, the next here we have a slide with the KPIs of the last 4 editions. We trained 157 scientists. We work with 62 research centers. We created new jobs. We created 39 direct jobs. In total, 63 jobs created. We create 14 spin-off, and with direct investment of $500,000 and capital raised of more than $5 million, euros, sorry. Okay, here we have a slide with the challenge definition, only to show you with which corporations we are working. We work with more than 60 companies. You can see here companies like CaixaBank, DAM, Coca-Cola, Enel, Endesa, Novartis, so on. So this is an example of companies. Call for text, we are looking for technologies like IoT, artificial intelligence, blockchains, new materials, 5G, and the sectors that I said, health, energy, industry, mobility, and digital food. Okay, now we will see a 1-minute video of the health technologies that are in the current edition. Only 1 minute. Okay. We have seen 4 of the selected projects in the current editions. The first, an e-health platform that integrates wearables devices to monitorize the evolution of chronic disease. The second, AI for diagnosis of skin cancer. The third, an improved electrode device for neonatal and pediatric IQs. And a device that adds vibration to other training materials for engaged sport performance and for rehabilitation. Okay. Success cases. Now here in this slide we can see the companies that we created. In the left side we have the health sector. We have an Exeus that improved the performance of elite athletes. ReoDX from 1 week to seconds detection of hematological disease. It's a good example, ReoDX, of a project that pivoted during the validation stage. Its technology on fluid analysis was initially tested in the industrial sector, industrial paints. But after the validation period, business validation stage, it was destined to the world of health, blood test, and specifically to blood transfusion. With a drop of blood, they analyze a series of disease, shaving up to $4 billion annually. About patents, I would like to say that we have to think that all the projects have or are in the process of patenting their technology. So, and these resulting companies have valuations around $1.5 million after 1 year. 1 year. Here we have what we are offering to corporations. First, technology scouting, definition challenge, and technology selection. Second, innovation ecosystems belong to one of the most powerful ecosystems in the world, connected to 3 continents and supported by important institutions and governments. Talent is one of the biggest challenges every company has, and the Collider is a project that attracts the best talent internationally. Pilots, if you want to apply new technologies to your business, the best way to implement it is through the pilot. Now here in this slide, there are our offering with more detail. If you want to receive more information, you can ask me. Here I would like to invite you. Tomorrow we have one session for corporations where we will explain the new edition that will start at the end of the year in December. So if you want to receive an invitation, you can send me an email here to my name, Karina Riera, and I will send an invitation with pleasure. And only to say, to remember that at 2:10 we have a demo day of our startups, the portfolio. So you are invited to attend the session. So until now, thank you so much. If you have any questions, I am open for that. If somebody wants to introduce yourself, kind of company are you from, will be a pleasure to have a conversation.
Okay, so I will present myself.
Okay.
My name is, hello.
Yeah. Perfect.
My name is Lucia Martinez, and I'm working from Danone. Danone Specialized Nutrition.
Okay.
It's well, a new division, I will say, from the non-company, and it's focused on infant nutrition and medical nutrition. So
interesting.
basically, nutrition is the focus of our division. And well, I don't have any questions so far because I think the presentation was so clear.
Thank you.
So, well, the only thing I would like to tell you is thank you. Thank you for this great program. I think it's brilliant. Everything related to networking and this kind of connectivity. I think it's always very, very welcome.
Okay, thank you so much, Lucia. And okay, you are invited for the tomorrow session. If you want, you can send me an email and send you an invitation. If not, please connect with me because we are very interesting to open to new companies. We know Danone very well. And because we start the new vertical digital food, I think you could be a very incredible partner, collaborator for this new vertical. So we can have a conversation. Yeah.
Okay. I was
Yes, of course, Karina. Let me, Lucia, first of all, thanks for your words and thanks for introductions. In fact, apart than what Karina is going forward and Collider, that in a month we are opening this new sector, this agro farm. Our objective is to go from farm to food, so all the supply chain process. Let me share with you what in Mobile World Capital we are creating the conditions with European lobby, if you permit me, okay, to take advantage of this 140,000 million euros to help on this industry to be more competitive in three directions, if you permit me. Connectivity, so everything related to 5G from industry, farm, and blah, 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 at your full disposal. Secondly, to help this sector, which is very important in our society, in our economy, to digitize the sector. This is the second. And third is to create disruptive solutions to be more competitive in applied innovation, generating results from the first day. So which will be a pleasure if tomorrow, the next month, at any moment we can help you at your full disposal. Okay?
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Okay. Do you have my email?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Yeah. Perfect. Okay, thank you. Send me an email and I will answer you with some pleasure.
Of course, I will.
Okay, thank you so much to all, and we hope you can attend to Demo Day at 2 to 10. I think it's the time. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.